Burn them bow down, Mike and Dylan hate drama, but the bow wow. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama, and we are today going over Rotten Tomatoes 100 top 100 horror movies of all time. A Mike and Dylan Halloween special.
Horror movies are one of those things that you either love them or hate them typically.
And I'm wondering how many I'm gonna know.
That's a good question.
I think a lot of them I will know. There's probably going to be a couple on here that's like, you know, this French psychological thriller that takes place inside of a dumpster, because that's really a Rotten Tomatoes list right there.
Well, yeah, like the most pretentious.
Right, it's very abstract. It's very, you mean boring, right? You mean boring. That's a terrible movie. But yeah, I have seen some of the things that are on this list, scrolled through it, and I thought it was enough to do a podcast episode on. And it's Halloween, so this will give people an idea of what to watch for Halloween.
Yeah, I actually am kind of like behind the times, but I wasn't really a stereotypical like horror watcher. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, Halloween, like all those movies, like they're all right, but I don't really get down with them as much as like just whatever random things out there. I guess my big like franchise was like Saw back when I was a kid, but
hello Dylan, time to play a game. Jigsaw makes no fucking sense, man, when you think about him, because he's just like, I want you to live your life, I will kill you, and then later it's just like, I'm an evil guy, and then I employ all these people now because they believe in the vision, but then they're evil people that are kind of ruining the vision. But I guess it's okay. It started to make no sense the farther along I went. I think I got to 4, and I was just like, I'm on.
Yeah, no, I watched like the first 2 or 3, and then I was done. Just because, you know, at that point, it's like, I get the concept, but
I don't know which one it was, but it was the one where, spoiler alert, I'm sorry, these movies are fucking old.
Trigger warning?
But yeah, trigger warning. He's going to spoil a horror movie. But the one where the detective is like looking for Saul, but then you find out that he actually works with Jigsaw, and I'm just like, it's too much now. It's too much. It's like M. Night Shyamalan's plot twists where, you know, he knocked it out of the park with Sixth Sense. And then he was like, all right, I'm going to try that again with Lady in the Water, The Village, just all this shit. And it's just like, he has another one that had not The Happening. He had another one that had a really good ending. I can't remember which one.
Yeah, I liked The Village because it was just like such a twist at the end that like, it feels like it's back in the day. And then it's like, no, this is modern times.
Right.
It was wild. But like, that's the thing. You always know there's going to be one, but trying to figure out what the fuck it is, because it could just be anything.
Yeah, but you could just like, all right, we're going to back off of this. We're just going to do a good movie.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, twist ending. We must twist ending to the point where people think there's a twist ending. And then when it's a poo-poo twist ending, I mean, I enjoyed the aesthetic of the movie a lot. I didn't really,
I only watched it the one time, so
I didn't really enjoy the, you know, it turned out to be the mentally handicapped guy or some shit, and then come to find out they're in modern times, and I'm just like,
see, my thing with movies is the way that I consider them a really good movie is whether I'll watch it again. And honestly, some of the best movies are like kids movies, just because you're like, this feels good to watch multiple times over and over again. It's just an easy watch.
It's like the Super Mario movie, which, you know, Rotten Tomatoes shit on, and then everybody was like, no, we enjoyed it. It was fun. And then Rotten Tomatoes was like, yeah, look, we knew that. God, don't. Rotten Tomatoes, unfortunately, is what happens when you just let regular people judge something and rate something, and then you're like, oh, this is very subjective now. Like, if you have different political beliefs or anything like that, you got something in your movie that, you know, just goes against them. Then that's when like people start talking, and they're like, oh, so we're all, because someone could think it's good, but if you got 6 people around you that think it's bad, and they're like, you know, you're like, oh, I didn't think it was that bad. You didn't think it was that bad? And then they're like, oh, well, I guess it was that bad. Yeah, I guess.
Stand on business.
It's politics. Don't throw politics in my movies, okay? I mean, you could throw politics in my movies, but don't judge with politics in mind. Yeah. I'm okay if like a movie can like, you know, really touch on like capitalism or something, or how, you know, nasty a government organization. Soylent Green, they're fucking the cemeteries. There's not enough space to bury people. We're eating people meat right now.
Well, see, like I think it was I can't remember the movie. It was one of the kids' movies, and they made the kid transgender, which I have no problem with. That's fine. Like, I mean, there's transgender kids that like.
There was a kids movie that made a kid transgender.
Yeah, it was about like some sort of like alien planet thing, and like it's fine. Like it's no big deal. But like it's when it has to be like a staple. Like with the Buzz Lightyear thing, I had no problem with the lesbian moms. Like it's no big deal. Like, did they have to make them kiss? No. Like, you don't have
It's
to
a
make
kids movie. Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see adults kiss in a kids movie.
No, any kids movie. The parents never have to kiss. Am I super offended by that? No, but I could see why people are like, well, the straight couple's not kissing. Why is the gay couple kissing?
I'm sorry, I've not seen Buzz Lightyear.
I think I watched it the one time, but it's one of those things where it feels forced at that point. Like to have like two moms, cool, no problem, no big deal. Don't make it weird by then adding something that you never add to other movies and then make everybody like, oh, meh, meh, meh. No, just don't put sexualized stuff in kids' movies.
So I think the sister episode, the next episode we should do, which will be like the Monday episode after this, is the worst horror movies. And we kind of talk about the worst horror movies as like a sister list of this. Now, the thing is, though, is finding, because it has to be worst horror, like blockbuster horror movies. I don't want a
obscure, just
anybody who ever made a horror movie. It's just the worst horror. Because I mean, it'd just be a list full of five-headed shark, Thanksgiving, shit like that. Like I don't look a turkey. You know what Thanksgiving is? It's a horror movie about a turkey.
I saw one about a shark, and it was literally a puppet shark.
Is it really? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like a movie that doesn't take itself seriously. Like Thanksgiving, at one point he skins a guy's face and he pretends to be the dad, and it's just a dad's skinned face on top of a turkey, and everybody's like, "Hey, Dad, what's up, Dad?" Obviously it's not taking itself seriously now, and I can enjoy something like that. But I want like blockbuster movies.
Well, I feel like if you had like a big budget and you still made a poo-poo movie, because that's one of the things is most of those other movies are pretty indie, and so like I wouldn't want to shit on somebody that had limited resources, but like when you have
that fucking put themselves out there and look, there is a I can see what they're doing. That's what people can't. Like I can watch a shit movie. Like I can watch a bad quality movie because I can understand like what their attempt is. I can understand that resources are hard to come by, especially if you're not a big fucking studio. Now, once we get to the big studios, that's when my understanding, I start to lose that understanding, because I'm like, we have resources. Like there's some Jews in this house. We can get shit done. We can get shit done. You know what I'm saying? No excuse. All right. So I do want to say the list starts off relatively strong. Mm-hmm. Number one, they have the 1982 version of The Thing. I'll agree, greatest horror movie of all time. That's one where I'm just like, it is perfect. Just down to like, have you seen the original Thing?
Probably when I was a kid. My parents watched a lot of them, but that's not one that
I'll give kind of like synopsis when I know the movie. And then you have to go watch this by like next episode, man.
You haven't watched any of the movies that I've recommended to you?
Yes, I have not watched War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. I'm sorry. I did watch. Give me my credit. I watched, I think like 25 minutes of it, and I was just like, I cannot.
I did not recommend that you watch that movie. I'm talking about American History X. No, I did not tell you to watch.
I get American History X is so good, but it's like watching The Sixth Sense. Once everybody's talked about it so much, and you kind of understand.
It's a great movie. Acting,
I still haven't.
Impeccable.
Right. It's just. We'll watch that. We'll watch that together. Okay. We'll watch that together, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about American History X on a podcast. We'll watch it. So The Thing, do you know the premise behind it, right? So an alien life form, they're in Antarctica, they're a research team, and they come across a like sort of like a craft, might be a human craft, I don't know. Yeah, it's a human station that it's been a couple years since I've watched it like 6 times, but it's been a couple years since I watched it. But there's a life form that can emulate being a human, and the whole premise is like, who's a fucking alien, who's not. So fucking good. They remade it, and you think with like, I don't know what happened with CGI from the early 2000s. It was like, we got this shit figured out. Like this shit is top of the line. We got this shit. We understand CGI. And then as years went on, I was like, maybe we don't understand this as much as we thought we did. And it is, they don't really, it's like, the new Jurassic Parks. They don't go with why it was so good. And that was because dinosaurs eat people. It's hard to kill a dinosaur if you have nothing. Dinosaurs are scary. And then more became, let's make a super ultra dinosaur because dinosaurs aren't scary enough.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are scary enough. We need to make a super ultra megalo dinosaur. If I were to do a Jurassic Park movie, you know what I'd do? It would be based off the regular one. It'd be some family fucking vacationing in Cuba or whatever. And they're like this and then whoopsie daisy, there's a couple dinosaurs there. Just like two of them. And it's just a family. A dad, a wife, and two kids. And now they have to somehow survive when there's literal fucking dinosaurs. That's scary. That's scary because you're like, well, what the fuck do you do? I don't want a SEAL Team 6 to goddamn fight super mega, we fuck this shit up Asaurus. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what makes a good movie. But The Thing being number one, I'm okay with. Number two is Alien.
That's a great one.
Okay, so number two is Alien. I'm not okay with this because Alien is one of the few moments in time where its sequel was better than its prequel. Aliens, I mean, so fucking good. Alien, I guess there is like a debate in the alien community which one's better. I mean, which one is, or the first one is more of there's a scary fucking alien on board and we cannot, fight it, versus, two being there's a bunch of aliens, they're in a fucking like a station that is on a planet and there's a bunch of them and it's like protecting or they're going to go find somebody's kid. It always baffles me how like a trained group of soldiers just absolutely get fucking pancaked by a monster. But kids in a movie are just like, I hit an event and it didn't kill me. So
yeah, I mean, you can't get in the vent. I mean, that's Stranger Things in a nutshell.
Think of Jurassic Park 3, where they go on the island and they're looking for the kid, and everybody dies on that island, all the scientists, military people, but he's just like, nah, I fucking hid in this. I don't even know what that was, like a little vault or something like that, maybe like a half buried car. I can't remember what it was, but he's just like, yeah, I just been alive here for a month by myself, found food, found everything, never got ate by a dinosaur. So
yeah, kids are resilient.
I don't like it though. That's why I kind of fuck with it though, because it's just like, I'll fucking eat a kid. I'm like, I eat a kid, or I'll bite this kid's arm off.
I only go after kids.
Oh, this sweet little baby has a birthmark on her face and life's been hard. I ate that bitch. Gobbled her up. The kids are the easiest thing to go after. Here's where you start to lose me. Number 3, 1974, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a great movie. It's not top 3 horror movie. There's a reason why it's a cult classic. Because you have to have a particular taste. Now, I will say, have you seen this one?
Once again, when I was a kid, it's not one that I go back to. So.
Right. So this one is more of, instead of it being like, and they try to get back to this in the later remakings of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think he's been done like 6 times now, remade, but it's at like 5 or 6 times. But this one focuses like more on the family. A lot of the later ones focus on gore and shit like that. So I am not a big fan of gore in horror movies. Your imagination can create things that are way nastier, way scarier than anything you could possibly visualize. That's the cool thing about a brain. And in this one, they don't pay so much attention to like the nasty side of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's more of the like suspense that goes with it, the fucked up family. And then, once you've dealt with the fucked up family, you have this big fucking chainsaw, skin wearing, Tylenol American coming after you. So,
well, and that's the thing though, is, there's, with the advances in special effects and all that stuff, it's more about the gore for a lot of things. And it becomes almost like a disturbing movie instead of like a tension based movie. And in most of the old horror movies, you would see fake blood and stuff like that, but you never had to see like the arteries being severed and shit like that. And that's what tends to be like the new take on things.
I do want to say with the Thing, the 1980s, the effects that they had in there were fucking spectacular. What are those called again? God damn it.
Practical effects.
Practical effects, yeah. So the practical effects, now your brain can't make that shit up. Like the amalgamation monsters and shit that it shows when it's in the fucking dog kennel and shit. Like that shit your brain can't make up. That is, and even watching it now, I mean, there's one part where they go to a guy has a heart attack and they go hit him with the fucking defibrillator and his belly opens up and it does. This is like, looking at it now, you're like, a bit corny. Looking at it back then, I guarantee you were like, what the fuck did I just see? And then you have to explain to your kid, be like, no, that's not real. And it's like, how? And it's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know how they made that. It's not real. I think it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not real.
Yeah, I don't think they opened somebody's stomach. Yeah, like The Exorcist is like one of those examples of like, it doesn't have to be fully gore, but it will fuck your brain up and make people throw up in the movie theaters back then when, that was the peak of blood and gore in a movie.
Right. Now, I don't know how far into this list of 100 we're going to get before. I don't know if we go fully 100.
No, if we spend 5 minutes per movie, that's only, 500 minutes? So
yeah, that's it. This is just this is going to be a decently long podcast. Number 4, we have Jaws, which is, I think, a good placement for it. There's a thing, too, where you have great horror movies that when you look at them through today's lens, you'll be like, this wasn't that great. Jaws ain't that. Like, I'm talking about The Shining. If you watch The Shining now and it was your first time viewing The Shining, you'd be like, this movie's so cliched. That's because they came up with it. They came up with these cliches. They were the first one to start doing that. My daughter went with her grandpa to watch Jaws. It was the whatever anniversary, 50th anniversary, 1975, or 40th.
No, it's 50.
Is it 50?
If it's this year, yeah.
Yeah, because 2005 would have been 30. Yep, 50. Okay, so the 50th year of Jaws. And she watched it, and she was like, that was a good fucking movie. That one's just one. You're in the water. It's scary. And I think that's another one where they let the suspense rule over the fucking movie.
Well, yeah, because their practical effects weren't top notch. So, like, they had to limit how much, because it looked fake.
Yeah, this and Jurassic Park were like the big on the robots. Spielberg's always been a big fucking, there's no fucking robot in there. I don't know how that shit works. I can't tell you how when you're making a movie and it's like, yeah, just build an animatronic. But building an animatronic, it fucking works. But yeah, Jaws. Now, my personal preference, I did watch Jaws kind of, around 10 or 11. And by that point, I had been, through the monster movie, seeing, crazy looking monsters and shit like that. Once you see like the Werewolves and Dog Soldier, you're just like, man, they could make these things real fucking scary. And then you see Jaws and you're just, nah.
Well, it's the suspense of the story though. Like, and if
it's
you
just
let
a good movie.
Yeah, if you let yourself like come out of reality to watch a movie. And that's the big thing is, people get so pretentious about how it looks, how it's written and all this stuff. But if you just let go of yourself for
suspending
just a bit,
disbelief, what WWE wants you to do.
Yeah. And then just allow yourself to have fun. Like even some really bad movies can be good because you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to let myself go for this little bit of time. I'm not going to critique every little fucking thing and just enjoy it. And that's the thing with Jaws is it's not about how scary the fucking shark is. It's the story based around the shark and the situations they put themselves in and how that tension builds. And if you let yourself just go back to when this movie was made and it was top of the line fucking summer blockbuster, like that is You
ever watched a movie with a smart ass teenager?
Yeah.
Me and my daughter's doing a watch of the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. After that, it really falls off a cliff. But the first 2 seasons are some of the best TV you can watch. So there's a part where in the beginning, Rick comes out of the hospital. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the hospital, like all the there's some vines growing on the building and it's so fucking dirty. It's like, dog, how long have you been
That's my thing. Is
laying in that room with no fucking water or food or anything like that? How long? Like, because I'm like, okay, this is how I timetable it. Because at this point, it had been like 60 days or something like that since the apocalypse started. So I think the hospital stands for a lot longer. There's a war going outside. Maybe it was getting soot on the building. I'm trying to explain this to her. And the hospital still has electricity to it.
Yeah,
and
backup generator.
Yeah, maybe the hospital, failed maybe like a week ago and really got ransacked.
And if he was still on life support devices, that kept him alive for a little bit longer.
The Walking Dead is just one of those where we're not going to go into the science of zombie, but that's something too, man. People are like, this science doesn't make it. Yeah, it doesn't have to, but
it's a made up story.
It's zombies. Yeah. Like it's zombies. Like it's the dead coming back. Has that ever happened here? Like if it's a story, if we watch a story about, SEAL Team 6 killing Bin Laden, this is the second time I've said SEAL Team 6, but if we watch one about SEAL Team 6 killing Bin Laden, you know what I'm saying? And there's a scene where they're fighting the Taliban and it's getting real fucking scary, and then one of the soldiers grows angel wings and it protects them, I'm gonna be like, oh,
not the same.
yeah,
Not the
yeah,
same.
yeah. This is different, but it's fucking zombies, dog. Let it go. But yeah, I think Jaws being number 4, I wouldn't place it there. I'd probably place it, around the top of 10. I'm not a big, once again, Jaws guy, but
I think the thing with a lot of these lists, though, it's kind of like if you get like the top artists of all time, it's the innovators that allowed things to come after that typically get the top spots. And, rightfully so, because they pushed the boundaries of what was possible. They came up with new concepts. They achieved things that weren't, happening. And
which is why you normally see like The Exorcist like around the top of these lists, because they were doing things that wasn't done back then, and really
like Alfred Hitchcock movies,
really
and stuff like
super popularized the paranormal demons that we still live in today. God damn, every single fucking movie it has to be about paranormal demons. But that's usually why you see The Exorcist, which you have not seen, around the top of the list. Crazy how we would put the Texas Chainsaw Massacre over.
Yeah.
And I get it, though. This is, instead of it being like a real slasher film, you have the family, you have the, people being trapped, chained to a fucking chair and shit. And it's very suspenseful. But at the end of the day, it's still a slasher film.
Yeah. And then you got to compare it against ones that are modern and recent and stuff like that. And how did they?
I do not like the lens to which we do view, like, great movies back in the day versus great movies now. You see greatest movies of all time would be fucking like, Casablanca or some shit like that. And you're just like, man, that's just it's the pretentiousness of it.
Dude, there was a documentary on that one being filmed. That was a wild filming.
Was it?
Put that thing together. Yeah.
I gotta watch that. What happened?
Well, they actually, because that's the one where he it's the Vietnam situation, right? Or no, I'm thinking of a different one.
No, this is the one. I think he's like a detective.
Okay, yeah. I don't know that I
watched Casablanca in like 4th grade.
I don't think I've watched it then.
What's the one about the Vietnam one?
No, I'm thinking of the one with Martin Sheen. It's the Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
that documentary. Like, to get that movie made was just insane. They were down in like literal like just terrible areas with like all kinds of crazy shit, and the money situation that was going on,
which is crazy because you think about that, and nobody died on set, right?
No, I think Martin Sheen almost died though.
But imagine that movie being about the Vietnam War, and they were filming in like Asia, right?
Yeah.
So versus the Twilight Zone movie, they have
the modern one with.
No, it's not modern. It's like I think 90s, 80s or 90s. But it's several stories, just kind of like how Twilight Zone is. Well, there's one about a guy who is like racist against Asians and shit. So he transports back. It might be, is it Japan? I don't fucking know what it is. I think it's Vietnam. But he transports back in or over there, and he's like Vietnamese, and everybody sees him as Vietnamese, and he's like dealing with the racism and shit like that. So he's trying to escape the village with 2 children. Now, in real life, the director of the movie has the actor, you know what I'm saying, but he doesn't have any kids. They're filming this in California, which is a lot different than filming that movie in fucking Vietnam. So they're filming this in California. So he goes and he finds 2 kids to work on the set. Now, the laws state that you can't have kids working at night. You also can't have kids around like dangerous stunts and stuff like that. But he just didn't tell anybody. He was just like, I'm gonna just get these 2 kids. So while they're out there filming, he like neglects like the helicopter pilot saying, hey, we don't need to be flying this low and shit like that. You're shooting off the effects too close to me. And he already has 2 kids illegally working on set. Well, the helicopter's flying over and they do an explosion right next to a helicopter, which causes it to lose control, and it then decapitates the lead actor and crushes the 2 children to death.
What?
Yeah, if you ever watched the Twilight Zone movie, that's a little tidbit that the main character in that one and the 2 kids in that died.
And they still released the movie?
Yep.
I got it.
This is America. And I'm pretty sure he just got like, probation or something like that, had to pay a little fine. Don't do it again. And then he thanked the jury by inviting them to a screening to his next movie, giving them tickets to screening to a next movie.
That is wild.
What a time to be alive. Number 5, we got Pan's Labyrinth. Not even a fucking horror movie. Not even a horror movie. Like,
it's more like a fantasy type
situation. It is. It's a fantasy. It's 100% a fantasy. It's not horror.
I mean, it's a fucking crazy movie. Or no, wait, is this Pan's?
You know the thing with the eyeballs? She goes through the fucking door. It's like this. Yeah.
But it's not Labyrinth. Labyrinth was with David Bowie.
Right, yeah. No, this one's about the little girl or something like that.
You know, with me trying to get you to watch movies and stuff, my buddy did that back when we were, 15, 16, getting high all the time. And he's like, watch the Labyrinth. And I just can't get into it. I cannot get into it at all. Pan's Labyrinth, I've watched that back when I was because that's about the time that it came out when I was like 15.
Yeah.
So I guess I was almost 20 at the time.
Yeah, I was 14.
And I watched it,
and I get it. The dude with the fucking eyeballs that
it's creepy, but it's not.
It's creepy. And if we're talking about movie, like, I don't even know why we put this. It's not a horror movie.
Why is it in the top 10?
Fifth, 5. Out of all the great horror movies, 5. And it's like, ooh, because it was like a spooky little thing when you were a kid. Okay, so what? Number 6 gonna be Black Cauldron. I watched that shit. Terrified the fuck out of me as a kid.
Yeah, it's Hocus Pocus now. Fucking
right. Well, Hocus Pocus never like creeped me out. Have you seen Black Cauldron?
But all I'm getting at is it's like about witches and shit, and so you could be a 4-year-old and get creeped out by Hocus Pocus, and
right,
so that's a horror movie now.
Just absolute corniness. That Pan's Labyrinth is
Well, especially if you haven't went through like The Exorcist or fucking any of the other like super classic.
Number 6, The Exorcist.
Okay, finally.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Finally.
Pan's Labyrinth beat The Exorcist in the greatest horror movies of all time.
Well, and there's like 500 fucking Stephen King movies that are far more like horror than
Stephen King, man. Bro, his book adaptations to films is way more missed than it. We should do that one day.
Well, yeah, but he's wrote like 1,000 of them, and so like it's when you're that like prolific with making stuff, there's gonna be bangers. He was going for the numbers more than anything. Like, just he put out so many fucking books.
Right. Number 7, we have Martyrs. I believe this is a foreign film.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one.
I've watched a ton of foreign films. The thing is it's almost like for American audiences, it is kind of like that Catch-22. Like, you got Train to Busan host, shit like that, like stuff like that. It is very good. But if you throw it on dubbed, terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It ruins the whole aesthetic of the movie. And then if you have it on subbed, a lot of the times you're paying attention to the words and not the suspense that's fucking happening.
I don't know. I've learned how to, and it's I don't know how my brain does it, but like I'm watching and reading at the same time, and I don't know.
But your brain still has a part of it where it is like reading and absorbing like the what's being said, words and stuff like that. That does take away a time. Because I'll tell you right now, like, I am a big anime. I do dubbed. Look, there's no.
Well, yeah, it's fucking cartoon mouse.
It matches.
Yeah.
It matches. And people will be like, oh, well, no, we like the Japanese voice actors are better. And meanwhile, Japanese voice, like, it's the same shit.
How's it better if you don't understand any of the words? Like, you don't know.
It's just fucking weebs. Number 8, Sinners.
What is it? Sinners?
Sinners. The new Michael B. Jordan movie.
Yeah.
Good old Louisiana.
Is that done by Jordan Peele or Sinners?
No, Michael B. Jordan.
He wrote it and directed it and all that?
And starred in it.
Okay.
I've seen it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Not top 10.
It's not number 8. We start to, I don't know what happens. I don't know what it is with recency bias, and it could be, I'm not going to spoil anything because it is kind of a new movie, but it could be the overarching plot as to why it is so high. And if you watch the movie, you'll be like, I get it. And this, I guess it's done by very shamed white people that reviewed this movie and put it at number 8.
The white guilt.
Mm-hmm. Number 9, we have a Spanish film, When Evil Lurks. It says, deploying extreme gore and sudden shocks to spin a tale of contagious evil, Damien Rugna establishes himself as a true master of terror with this vicious little film, almost unbearably tense at times. The scares can be so extreme as to cause PTSD to the viewer, the same viewer that is scared by trigger warnings. I'm just going to put that out there. I I have not seen this one, so I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, if we haven't seen,
I've seen foreign horror movies. And Spain, I would not rank over like Korean films and
I mean, each
Polish. The Polish, they know how to make a good horror movie, and Koreans, they really. Now, I don't know what they. I don't. I guess they hear a lot of stories about what fucking happens to the north. And
where was the Ring? Was that was a Japanese?
That was Japanese,
movie.
yeah. Ringu,
Ringu, and then they brought it to the United States and refilmed it.
Right. I do prefer the English version too. To that one, I get why it's scary. Okay, the Japanese version more emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, besides fear, there's a lot of fear to it. They look corny though. You know what I'm saying? They look corny. America, they were like, all right, we're going to kind of do the same. And I know a lot of people are like, blasphemy. Wow. I seen the English version way before I seen the Japanese version. And then I watched the Japanese version after years and years of watching the same goddamn premise in a fucking movie of supernatural fucks. You know what I'm saying? So I was pretty desensitized to the whole fucking genre when I watched it. I can see how they are, trendsetters and fucking blah, 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 blah.
Well, I'm sorry, but like the British Office was not as good as the Second Coming.
That's apples to oranges though.
But like, I mean, it's one of those things where it gets redone and it gets a new, like, it's not the same story. It becomes a new thing. And like,
it's a lot more dry. So the Office season 1 is very dry, like the British counterpart, where there is no, but they learned quickly kind of what the human likes. If Michael Scott's going to be such an ass, he does need to have redeemable qualities or just get his comeuppance when, and there would be episodes where him and Dwight would be fucking annoying as shit the whole episode and they wouldn't get their comeuppance or fucking, there's no redeemable qualities, and they really learn how to figure that out. Ricky Gervais didn't fucking care. He was just like, this is just bleak. But it's like working in an office. The Office, it's nothing like working in an office. The Office, the British version, it kind of does have that, bleakness, working with a shitty supervisor.
That's the way that because like they did Shameless. Shameless was done over in England before then it came to America. But like, in order to make it American, you have to change it to an American style family and what the things are. And so with the American Office, not to say that like, it's any sort of reality, but you do have a different audience. And so it becomes a different thing. And like with Ring, I imagine, I haven't watched the original, but like, it's one of those situations where once you Americanize it, it's going to be more palatable for an American audience.
Correct. Now, number 10 is Suspiria.
Haven't seen that one either.
I'm pretty, because it says about a witch, but I really fucking think this is like, it's a ballerina movie. Like, it's about a ballerina. I cannot remember this. I know I've seen it because it talks about the witch, and the witch at the end is kind of like, it's a twist ending. Oh, sorry. Huh?
I think you moved up past it.
Sorry. But I'm pretty sure it's 1977. Jessica Harper, Stefana Cassini. I think it is in English. I'm almost sure it's in English. There might have also been an American version to this that I also watched, but I can fucking remember the little picture that they have on here. Once again, I can't tell you about this one. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I knew every single horror movie in existence. I do not.
Next year we'll watch every single one.
We will, so we can rate these. 11 Psycho. For 1960. And just everything everything Hitchcock did was kind of like, this is new. Birds, all that shit, all this. It was new for its time. That was where you were really like twist ending, not just in like scary movies and shit like that. When Jeanette dies and you think she's like the fucking main character of the movie, that was kind of the first time you had a main character that was advertised and all the advertisements, stuff like that. For 1960, Psycho definitely deserves higher in the top 10 because of what it did. But what it did, you could watch Psycho now and be like, it's all right.
Only because the time has passed and things have advanced far enough that it's become like, but if you were to look at all the other offerings prior to it, it is substantial in the history of, like, you don't get Texas Chainsaw Massacre without Psycho coming first.
Right.
You just don't.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he's based off of...
They're both based off the same guy.
Ed Gein. Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because the whole like mother situation in Psycho is from
I forget that Ed Gein's was from that long ago.
and then the Leatherface part of Texas Chainsaw Massacre is once again Ed Gein.
Look at that! Learn something every day. Number 12, Hereditary. This is a Ari Aster film. So Hereditary is very good for the time and everything.
What era is this?
2018.
2018. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen the one where it has the girl and she starts having an allergic reaction, so she sticks her head out the car to get some air, and then gets knocked off by a telephone pole. So
I think you've talked about it before, but I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, this one is very, 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 very good. I think 12 is a good placement for it. I do think Midsommar is better than this. Have you seen Midsommar? They're both by Ari Aster. When people talk about both of those, I think Midsommar is the better of the two. It's a perfect movie. It is a perfect movie. It's really, really good. Number 13, Halloween. I can get down with it. Halloween is just wasn't the first slasher, wasn't the last slasher. I wonder what it is about when John Carpenter, because I'm pretty sure he made Halloween because it was like fucking people love Jason Voorhees. They love Friday the 13th. So let's make, I get it. The story's good. How it's shot's good. Obviously, I've seen Halloween a bunch of times.
How many are they up to? Like 15 or 20 of them?
Yeah, none of them count after Season of the Witch. I enjoy Season of the Witch. Not a lot of people. I don't know how it is. It might be a cult classic, but Season of the Witch is like, all right, what if we did Halloween, but there's no Michael Myers and it's very supernatural, and I enjoy it. If it was like a standalone movie or something like that, I think more people would have enjoyed it. But I think if you go into the theaters like, oh fuck, I've seen Halloween 1 and 2, I can't wait to see fucking 3. It's gonna be fucking dope. And then they go in there and like, what the fuck did I just watch? I think that's where it dissuades a lot of people. 13 for Halloween, I actually do think is very, very good. I want to skip past 14 because 15 it's Weapons, the new movie that just came out.
Wait, what's 14?
14 is...
You just got to list it.
The Substance. Okay, 14 is The Substance. It has Demi Moore in it. Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
It was in 2024.
Oh, well, shit, that's a fucking modern
It's so
day.
hard. It is so hard. It's easier to be like, hey, watch this crazy fucking movie from 1981. You know what I'm saying? Like this fucking B indie movie from 1981 will shit all over a movie today that has like a fucking $40 million budget, which is a cheap movie somehow. A cheap movie somehow.
$40 million at this point is basically fucking indie.
Yeah, the 1981, they'd be like, yeah, I sold a couple toaster ovens out of my trunk so I could afford to pay for this, $16,000 film.
I got to get the film developed and so.
But yeah, it's The Substance, 2024. I mean, I assume that if you was like, hey, I got a movie with Demi Moore and Dennis Quaid in it, you're like, fuck, man, that's a good 90s movie. Nah, 2024.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. It's like, where's it from?
If you said that, I was like, fuck, that'd be really good back in the fucking day. Like Demi Moore, pre-Ashton Kutcher. Whoo.
She's a baddie.
But yeah, so number 15, we have Weapons. And I think, and look, I watch Weapons. I enjoyed Weapons. I think that Gladys the Witch, you've not seen it, when you do watch it, Gladys the Witch is, if they're smart, and this was made by fucking Zach Kreger from Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Comedians going into horror is fucking very good. But I'm going to say that Gladys can be the next horror movie icon. The Witch in Weapons. Because she is just so fucking, like, it's, when you get that uniqueness, you know what I'm saying? When you get that, like, refreshing, that just, like, air of, this is not the same shit as it always fucking is. Mm-hmm. Which, of course, like, we just had The Witch, which, a couple years ago, when is that, like, 2020? I don't fucking know. Time is an illusion. But that one's about it, but it doesn't delve into like The Witch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't delve into the covenant that you see at the end. I do think that it is we've dealt with The Conjuring, Last Rites, all these fucking horror movies that are like, this is going to be good. Even though there have been a bunch of them, the Barbarian shit like that have been really, really good. All the ones that you hear about are ass. Like the popular fucking Tear It, terrible. Talk to Me, not that good. I'm sorry. It is not that good. All these movies where they're like, this is going to be really, really fucking good. Your fucking smiles and shit like that. They turn out to be ass. And then someone's like, Weapons is pretty good. And then you watch it and you're like, fuck, it's pretty good. Then you're like, hey, man, this is great. The 15th best horror movie of all time? No. What I would rank, I mean, I don't know if I could list, just off the top of my head. If I went through every single horror movie ever made, I could make a list of 100. I think Weapons could be in it. It's good. And it has a great kind of villain. You don't really get like the ins and outs of a villain. And you don't get but Weapons is a lot of like the emotions of the individuals. And then you kind of get into like the creepy parts and what's going on. It's more of asking like, what the fuck's going on? Even though relatively early, it's like, this is what's going on. And exactly what's happening. And there's not going to be any twist endings, which is fine. It doesn't need to be a twist ending. And you can wrap everything up in a nice little bow. In a horror movie, you don't have to things don't have to be up to interpretation in a movie.
Yeah.
It is just from like when you start it to when you finish it, it's a fun movie. It's a good movie. Like I said, Gladys, if they're fucking smart, they will make that lady a fucking horror icon. I don't know who played Gladys. Maybe Amy Madigan. I don't fucking know. I know it wasn't Julia Gardner. I definitely know it wasn't Josh Brolin. Thanos was in this movie. They all knocked it out of the park. Josh Brolin is literally just when I found out that Thanos was played by Josh Brolin, you got to think I've seen like No Country for Old Men and things like that, like some of his biggest films, and I'm just like, that's crazy. But then as like you watch more movies and you're like, oh, there's Josh Brolin in it now that he's in my fucking psyche and shit like that. The synchronicity, you're just like, God damn, this dude's fucking good. This guy's a fucking. He's just got a tough forehead too, man. Like I know when you put him in, so he's just got a tough forehead. It's not like real big or anything like that. I don't know why I look at it. I'm like fucking Josh Brolin has a just very tough forehead. Number 16, Donnie Darko. I am in the minority. Donnie Darko fucking sucks. And I've seen it from the lens of little Michael, teenage Michael, adult Michael. And I'm just like, man, I'm not a fan of it. Like I said, we don't need this big, I get it. It's a cult classic and a lot of people will, the first thing they will be like, well, Donnie Darko. That's not a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. I want to see what genre it is.
I think I tried to watch it again because I'd seen it when I was a kid.
Sci-fi thriller. I ain't really putting it in horror. I'm just.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, you got all these. There's a ton of horror movies, and it's one of the genres that gets quite a bit of movies that aren't like blockbusters, but are good movies, anyways. And to put something like I don't know, because I think I tried to watch it and I got maybe like 15 minutes in, and then the kids came in, so I was like, okay, I'll turn this off because they're not gonna fuck with it. So, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid all the way through.
Maybe they're just like, I don't know if they're like, hey, you just got to be a super goddamn genius to really understand and get the magnitude of this movie. Or it's that just everybody, once something's up to interpretation and then the community settles on something, I don't like it.
Well, that's me. Like, I mean, I'm not big on.
I can't keep up with it. I can't. If there's a movie where you're just like, I'm gonna go make me some food, and then you get back and you're like, what the fuck am I watching? I forgot everything that it's just not. It's not a great film. Like, I imagine watching Pulp Fiction that is not in linear order, and you can just kind of get the gist of everything that's going on. Like Quentin Tarantino is just like, look, yeah, it's not in order, and there are things that are up for interpretation, like what's in the fucking suitcase. Is it a soul? Is it the Holy Grail? Whatever. That's cool. Your plot line should not be up for interpretation.
Yeah.
And that number 16, I do not agree. Number 17, Hellraiser, 1987 version. Okay, not the 2022 version with Daniel Tosh as Hellraiser.
Is there one?
Yeah, have you not seen? What is it?
No, I've seen a couple of them, but I haven't seen Daniel Tosh as in Hellraiser. Oh
yeah, Daniel Tosh is the Hellraiser. Look, watch. I'm gonna show you.
No, you're punking me right now.
You think I'm fucking with you? Look, Daniel Tosh.
I think I've seen that one. I thought that was a girl.
No, that's Daniel Tosh. It's a girl. It's not Daniel Tosh, but that's so
that?
fucking funny. That's all I could think about while watching that movie.
I mean, it does resemble
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. To a fucking T, the new look. Anybody trying to watch the new one, they're gonna be like, fuck, I love that movie, and all they're gonna see is Daniel Tosh. Yeah. That's all I could think about the whole time I watched it.
I was just thinking it's so out of character for him to be in like a horror because he's just, you know, all comedy all the time. And so like, yeah. And then looking at it,
so
I was like,
Craig or Peele, hey, like they're all horror guys and they are comedy guys, and then they go and do fucking great horror movies.
Yeah, but I think they have like more of a basis. Like that's kind of, they've had at least some sort of experience in those things. Like, yes, they are funny too, but like Peele's concept is like,
I think we got to back off a little bit on Jordan Peele and the horror movies, and you know what I'm saying? Get Out's good. Not every one of them's a banger.
What was the other one? The one with the alien.
Space shuttle.
Yeah. I mean, that was decent. Like, I mean, I wouldn't.
What is that movie called? It's a one-word movie, ain't it? There's Get Out. What the fuck is the name of the movie? We live on a farm. There's a space shuttle. Monkey that ate a lady's face. God, what is it? So I remember leading up to it, he was talking about like the Blair Witch and not seeing the, you know. Nope. There you go. Yep. Yeah, I knew it was one word.
I haven't seen Us. I guess that I saw Get Out and I've
Us
seen
is
Nope.
all right. All right. It's not. Look, Us is all right. It's all right. Us is the one where it's about. There's this door where it has people their doppelgangers, and the doppelgangers come out, and it fucking causes an apocalypse, and it's a family trying to get through there with their fucking doppelgangers hunting after them. It's all right. I mean, as a concept, it's pretty good. As a movie, it's pretty good. When I talk about top horror movies, I wouldn't put that in there. Whereas like Get Out it legitimately should be top 25 horror movies of all time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I think when you knock something out of the park, then everybody you just kind of get that bias of how great everything is. Because Us, I'd put in the top 100. It'd be probably towards the ass end of 100. But nope, I'm not putting that. It's not a good movie. It's just not. And when you think of horror and what it could be and should be, or not what it could be, because it's just it's a tough concept to really write home. That, you know, it's an alien. You know, it's an alien. You have, you know, a couple plot lines going on, but it just really feels like a little family drama with alien in it. You know what I'm saying? With an alien spacecraft.
Well, and that's the thing is like movies don't always have to be in the top 10 or top 100 to be great.
A good movie.
Like, yeah, they're great movies, but
I'm saying that it gets more accolades than, like, people give movies too much accolades, which leads to a situation where you do have a movie like Weapons, and people are like, my mind is blown by this. It's a good movie that comes out in a sea of ass movies. Like there's another, I thought After Last Rites and how dog shit it was. I was like, there's no way. But if you make it's just like, I saw a Facebook post and it was probably fake, because a lot of things you see is fake movies. Like, they're not making them. But it's Hocus Pocus 3. I was like, Bette Midler read the script for Hocus, and everybody in the comment section was like, I can't fucking. After 2 was dog shit. Like, it was dog shit. It didn't even come close to the fucking original.
Well, and that was the thing, is they came back and they tried to do the same movie again.
You can't recreate magic. You cannot. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, with Alien and Aliens, that's a wild thing to do, to be able to be like, all right, our second go at it is going to be just as good, if not better. It's
well, there's something to be said when it's like almost like recency. Like, you can come back with a new story to continue the story on and all that stuff. It's when you give it 20 some years plus, and then you try to redo the same thing that you did. It's just done for
money too.
Yeah, and you're getting all the people that are nostalgic about their childhood to come back and watch that. But, like, you know, doing sequels nearby each other, as long as the story's advancing and you're getting something cool. But it's because, like, with Aliens and Aliens 2, like, the budget, I imagine the budget for Aliens, or Alien versus Aliens, like, the budget was probably substantially better, because it's like, oh, this is proven. Let's go.
I think both of them were pretty up there. Here, let me see.
But the only one that I've seen, because I was big on, you know, then
11 million for Alien. Aliens had 18 million. So yeah, I mean, it is an increase, but also at this point,
I mean, that's almost
well, yeah, no,
it's a
well, a
50%.
big difference
Yeah.
is too is for Alien they had Ridley Scott, and then for Aliens they go and get James Cameron. So
Yeah.
that's where, and then Sigourney Weaver after that, who was already a big star, is now a bigger star because of Alien. So people are getting paid more money. So I think with like entertainment inflation, it's around the same budget.
Yeah.
But it was something with the practical effects back then where just you could get away with stuff like not make it so you look at their supercomputers, it's like Pong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a lot more stuff you could get by back then where we're able to create things we can visualize. Like even Joe Schmo down the road can fucking do an AI prompt and it fucking creates something just magical. But
yeah, I think like with the sequels though, the only movie that I've seen really do it decently was Super Troopers. They brought it back and it wasn't the same movie, but it was still kind of in the same wheelhouse. Whereas like, the Boondock Saints, they went from having like a kind of an indie movie. Like, I mean, it was a low budget.
Yeah.
And then they went and were like, we're going to Hollywood this. And
Well,
it's
some
like,
of the movies
no.
work well in an indie aspect where it's really done like guerrilla style and fucking, and then you give it that modernization and it ruins what made the movie good.
Yeah.
Number 18 is Silence of the Lambs. That's the top 10.
Yeah.
For what it did, for what it did back in the day. And it's just the concept of, hey, we're looking for Buffalo Bill. We got to fucking find this guy. Not only are we going to have this detective plot in there, but we're also going to have the plot that our big help, the person helping us, is a fucking cannibal serial killer who, if escapes, is like the worst person in the fucking world. Like imagine in Marvel, okay? Marvel, you have to fucking team up with Ultron to go get Thanos. That's what essentially what it's like. You got to team up, or you got to team up with Thanos to get Ultron. You got to team up with a worse person to go get somebody not as bad. And it's just it's a weird one too, because I don't know about you, but I'd be kind of rooting for Anthony Hopkins' character. I don't know what it is about like shit like Breaking Bad where you're just like the bad guy. I'm having an old friend for dinner and you're like, fuck yeah, eat him, gobble him up.
That one's another Ed Gein too.
Is that?
I believe so.
It's just everybody. Well, because
he did so many fucked up things. So like he had like.
He didn't eat people though, did he?
I think so. Yeah.
Did he eat people? He was real schizophrenic. That's crazy that all these are kind of, based off of him. And I mean, really, in all actuality, when it comes to serial killers, check. Like think about Gein's, like, what did he have? 3 victims?
3 that they like definitely have locked in. They think that there was probably more, but he also did a lot of grave robberies. So he used to go and dig up bodies and take them. I think he had something like 11 Volvos.
I just couldn't watch it, man. Where it kept shooting through the Nazi fantasy, I was just like, man, it's taking me out of it.
Well, that's where he was getting his like inspiration from.
Yeah, but then the person who fucking studies this guy is like 99.9% of the shit you see in there is not real. Like they just fucking completely made it like a fantasy. But which I think the other person is like on the track of, he was a very mentally ill guy. And yeah, he did kill people, but he wasn't like, if you're making a series like Monster and shit like that, where it's Jeffrey Dahmer, and then you go to Ed Gein, who cannot really understand the fabric of reality.
Yeah. So there's the Silence of the Lambs character was heavily inspired by the real life killer Ed Gein.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Buffalo Bill is probably also Ed Gein. That's some Ed Gein shit.
Yeah.
Because, he wants to wear the skin. So, was Buffalo Bill Ed Gein? I don't think he was a cannibal, though,
I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Yeah, Buffalo Bill was the one that was inspired by Ed Gein.
Okay. Yeah. Because he was cross-dresser, wants to wear your skin type person. So, yeah. I can get that based off of it. I didn't think Hopkins' character was based off of number 20, Nosferatu from 2024.
I didn't watch that one. I tried to turn it on.
It's so bad. It's not good. And it's just like, it's a movie. Like when you think of the old, and I've seen the black and white one fucking so long ago. Listen, I was a poor kid without cable who had to watch whatever the fucking WB would put on.
The WB.
I can get if you're from You know, if you was born in fucking 1918 and then you watched that when it came out in 1940 something, I guess you could be like, wow, that's very, when did not the original Nosferatu? $1929, never mind. Fuck. I was closer to when that person was born than, well, 1940s, 11 years later. Yeah, 1929, if you watch that, I can get it. For the original, not the 2024
remake.
That it's not, it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's pretentious. It's not anything like the original. It's not anything we've ever seen before. Number 21, this one's a weird one, but I agree with it. And that's Cabin in the Woods.
I don't know that I've seen that one. Either.
Wow. Okay, so this one's like a horror comedy. And it's where a bunch of people, a bunch of rich people, to appease a god, runs to sacrifice them. They have like simulations of different like horror movie characters and shit, like pretty offbeat horror movie characters. And then you would have to watch the movie, but it's they go to a cabin.
In the woods?
These random teens go to a cabin in the woods, and then the rich people are watching the whole time, and they release like, you know, different kind of monsters and shit to kill the people to sacrifice to. And it's very good. It's a very good kind of parody film, different take on like horror movies and stuff. Number 22 is Aliens. I'd put Aliens I don't know if I'd put Aliens around 5. I'd put Alien probably about 10. Number 23, Godzilla -1. Once again, not a horror movie.
Not at all.
Not even close to a. Is it a great film? Absolutely. Best Godzilla movie we've ever gotten. I will say that. Kaiju movies are not and can never be horror movies. You cannot take a giant monster and be like, wow, this is a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a science fiction.
Right. People are going to be like, well, what about Cloverfield? The big monster was there for first 30 minutes of the film, and then we worry about all the other shit, all the other little baby aliens and shit like that. Which honestly, still, I kind of throw it. Yes, people die. It's a found footage film. Nice. I still put it in the sci-fi category. But to put Godzilla -1 at 23 of best horror movies of all time, I don't understand what's happening. 24, Shaun of the Dead. Not even a horror movie.
No.
Not even horror comedy. It's just comedy.
Yeah, it's just comedy. And like, I mean, it's got, you know, supernatural, like the whole zombie thing, but it's not at all a horror.
It does have a couple jump scares in it. I think there's one that got me. It's where it I think like he sees something going on, he's like on the bus, and then the next shot he's like yawning or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it's not 24 of horror movies of all time. That is a true absolute horror comedy. Number 25, Candyman.
Yeah, I saw that when I was a kid, and that was it.
If I was like, fuck, I ain't got shit to do in the 90s, I'll throw that horror movie on. It's not I think, once again, this is where the overarching premise, the overarching idea of the horror movie is where people are like, well, maybe we should put we should vote Candyman at like 25, since he was a black guy that was murdered for being black, and now he's here to kill the white people. I wouldn't put it at 25. That's just another horror movie in the sea of fucking horror movies. So, in the sea of horror movies. Number 26, Requiem for a Dream, which is one of the best movies of all time. All right. And is why I cannot shit on Jared Leto too much, because I was like, man, fucking worst actor of all time. And I was like, well, besides Dallas Buyers Club, besides Requiem for a Dream, but fuck him because of what he did with the Joker and sending pics to people and trying to copy what, Heath Ledger was going through as a mental illness. He was trying to copy that and just be a fucking shit-stained, pretentious little turd biscuit. But not a horror movie. It's like a psycho, not even a thriller. It's just a very psychological think piece, Yeah. So The Devil's Bath, never even heard of it. 2024, that's at 27. But the reason that one pisses me off so much is because number 28 is Train to Busan. Easily a top 10. Best zombie movie ever.
I don't think I've seen
the greatest zombie movie ever. And I'm sorry, if you argue with me, you have not seen it. Watch it and you'll be like, fuck.
Train to Busan?
Yeah. Yes. It is a South Korean zombie movie.
Are you skipping some? Because
No.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No, I don't think I
I just
did. I
thought
skip
you.
some?
No, I just thought you went
Oh,
from like 24
no,
to
I said The
28 or
Devil's Bath,
something.
right? I've not
Okay,
seen
yeah.
The Devil's Bath. It is and I'm sorry too. This is definitely a foreign film. I've just not seen it. I am not like I love horror movies, but I'm not like I'm going to study every single thing about a horror movie. That could be a great movie. Okay. I'm not seeing it, and I can tell you it's not better than Train to Busan.
I think it takes a lot though to like take a modern movie and say that it's in the top, top 20, top 30. Like it has to be a fucking killer
to all
movie.
The trendsetters, to all the people who fucking started shit, to all the people that fucking made like when you see it in a horror movie, you're like, I wish they'd quit fucking doing that. The first person to think about that, number 29 is Mother with Jennifer Lawrence.
I mean, it was a creepy movie, but it was not.
Right. I watched it. I was like, meh, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a solid outing. Like I would say it's a good movie.
Like I didn't waste 2 hours of my life,
but not top 100. Like,
not top 100 of fucking all horror movies ever made.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes is doing here. Number 30, Seven.
That's a great movie.
It's so good.
Great movie.
It's so good. It's not a horror
movie.
It's not a horror movie, man. Like it's not I guess this is where people like thriller and horror movie kind of touch butts. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely lovers.
Yeah.
But you can lean in one way where thriller is now just suspenseful. If we say, hey, Seven is a horror movie, because there are some creepy scenes, there's a couple jump scares in it. If we're saying, hey, yes, Seven is a horror movie, I'm okay putting it in the top 100. Absolutely.
It's a great movie.
Just because of how good it is. Yeah. There could be a horror movie where you're not like scared. It's just a good movie, I think it does have to have that horror aspect. I will say this is fine because of how close. God, it's such a good fucking movie.
And I always forget. Like I don't know why my memory sucks so bad these days, but maybe it's all the weed I smoked in my teenage years. But the one with Denzel Washington where the spirit was jumping around.
Oh fuck. Devils.
No.
Nope, not Devils.
No,
is it not Devils?
No, it was something like
you talk about the one where he thinks he kills it and at the end it jumps to the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry about that.
That's such a great movie.
That's a great one. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it,
but it's all. I don't think that's horror though.
But that's what I'm getting at though. Is like that's Seven for me.
Yeah, you lean more away to the thriller suspense.
Yeah,
like thriller suspense. That could be it's like drama though. Drama just it's such an all encompassing fucking genre. But once you start saying, hey, like you could say thriller, there's a definite like horror is supposed to scare you. You know what I'm saying? Fallen. There you go.
But that's the thing, and I'm not saying like technically you could slide Fallen into kind of like yes, it is kind of like
no. If we count Seven, Fallen better be in here now.
But that's what I'm getting at though. Is it's like it's a scary movie, but it's not a horror movie. Like I don't think it being like jarring and kind of it's a thriller for the most part.
But with Seven though, and more so Seven than Fallen. Seven does kind of give you that, oh God, and it's like it's rough and you wonder what's going on, and it does have like that chilling aspect to it. So I could see much more than Fallen. I think Fallen's better.
I mean, they're
great,
real fantastic
good.
movies.
Yeah, they're real fucking good.
But they're things that people
I have to watch Fallen again now.
I think Seven people talk about more than Fallen, but like I think it's one of Denzel's.
It's 100% because of the it's like I see dead people. What's in the box? Like that's why if you can really hammer something into people's minds, just like what great scene. What was it in Casablanca that he said? It's one of the most quoted movie lines of all time.
Yeah, I mean it's like any quoted things really get you into the zeitgeist. Well, I mean it's like Fight Club when you find out the twist at the end. Like everybody talks about it because of like I mean it was a great movie too, but it's one of those things where it's what you wrap it up with that makes it so it is a very talked about movie. Because if it didn't have that super twist at the end, you would it'd be a great movie still, but it wouldn't just be as iconic as what it was.
It's not here's looking at you, kid. I get that that's a good one. What the fuck is it? Because it's like
Casablanca. Isn't that like an old movie?
Yeah.
You're saying that's a horror?
No, it's not a horror.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
if you can, someone will comment it down the fucking quote that I'm thinking of, but it has like one of the just like most quoted. Just if you heard it, you wouldn't even know that it's fucking part of. Maybe it is Casablanca. What's the other one that I always fucking confuse?
We'll always have Paris, and then
Wait. Most well-known movie quotes of all time. Oh fuck, we need to do one after this. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That's from Gone with the Wind. I've never seen Gone with the Wind.
I've seen it a couple times. I actually went and saw it at a Carolina theater in Greensboro. They replayed it there, and I took the girl I was dating. I was probably 18 or 19.
Oh, there we go. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But people like will say that just in, regular talk now too, and not even associate it with the fucking that movie that it's supposed to be associated with.
Yeah.
So back to the thing. I think we're going to get to number 50, and then I'm going to scroll through and just kind of give crazy ones that I think are put. And if I don't know the movie, I'll just skip it. And once again,
well, no, just read them out, but don't.
Yeah, if you're a horror movie buff, let us know. Be like, hey, this foreign film is very good, and where you would put it, because a lot of things too is people will. They look at foreign films in a different way. It's like, well, American movies have all this budget and stuff like that. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. Okay. I don't care if it's foreign. I don't care if it's fucking, American. I don't care if it was made by somebody on Mars. If it's a good fucking movie, it's a good fucking movie. And we should view good movies through the lens of.
Well, my favorite series that I've seen is Dark. It's a German thing, and it's just shot so well. The story's so good.
I couldn't get into it.
Dude, it's so fucking good. And it's just like mind blowing how the story all comes together at the end. Like it's just
don't ruin it, because I
fantastic.
have been. I'm trying to watch it with my daughter, but I have to really warm her up into, because we tried Squid Games dubbed. I watched Squid Games subbed.
Yeah.
She can't watch subbed, so I tried it dubbed. And then Dark, all I could find for it was dubbed. I couldn't find subbed, and it's just I cannot.
No, you just change the.
Is it in Netflix? Because like Hulu has like they have them like here's the sub, here's the dub, here's the sub.
No, you turn it on and off, so you can turn on whatever language you want it in for the voices. So you turn it to German, and then you turn on the subtitles to English. And
it's Dark on Netflix.
Yeah, and it is fucking like it is the most beautifully shot out of anything that's been shot. It's just gorgeous, and then the storyline for it.
Because everybody's like, man, it is like the greatest horror series of all time. So I try to.
Which once again, like not horror really. It's one of those like mind bending. It's not sci-fi, but it's just fucking. It's
like drama though, man. It's like I guess did this creep you out a little bit? Well, then I guess we could say it's horror. Number 31, 28 Days Later. That's real good. That's really fucking good. I don't think there's any weakness in it. And with I wonder how much budget they had with 28 Days Later. It could not. If I read this and it's like 28 Days Later had $50 million, I'm like, okay. But I've always viewed 28 Days Later as a very indie, very low budget, $8 million. So yeah, it just doesn't have any weakness for a budget like that. It doesn't. It has good human emotions. Kind of you see what. Once again, with the fucking Walking Dead, I don't get it. Is someone waking up from a coma into the zombie apocalypse? I'm sorry, it's so fun to play with, but somebody waking up from a coma into the zombie.
That was
apocalypse.
A terrible way to start it. Like,
bright side is what's the fucking main character's name, or what's his actor's name? Oh my god, I can't. Oh, Cillian Murphy. You get to see his penis. So if you ever wanted to,
on 28.
If you wanted to see Oppenheimer, if you ever watch Oppenheimer, you can go back and see his penis. And Cillian Murphy. Okay, I'm right.
That's how you rate movies, is whether you get to see a penis or not.
I mean, I'm just saying if you wanted to see it does start off with a dick shot. So, which the new one they made, which is all right. It's not terrible. It's a good attempt. The zombie has a horse cock. Like I'm talking about.
Just hung like a
Yeah, his soft is like 9 inches. It's a big dick.
That's too much.
It's a big dick. It's a big fucker though. It's a big fucker. And I mean, he just has, and it's a zombie. So you would have to, like, zombies aren't going to be able to cover up their dicks all the time.
Imagine if zombies went around fucking people instead of trying to eat them.
That would be way worse. That would be way worse.
I don't know. Like, getting eaten and dying would also suck.
Do they fuck you till you're dead though?
While they're like gnawing off, like just little pieces, not like
just
enough to kill you.
Essentially, oh god, fucking, we got raping zombies. But yeah, 28 Days Later is a good movie. I'd put it in the top 100. Yeah.
Trigger warning.
Talk to Me. I did shit on Talk to Me earlier. Talk to Me is good. But once again, it's those things where a movie comes out in a sea of shit movies, and it's not as shit as the rest of them.
It's good by proxy.
Yeah, good by proxy. Not anything I would write home about. Smile 2. What's so funny about Smile 2? If you take away the last 10 minutes of that movie, great fucking movie. You could put it in the top 100. You could say, hey.
Was the last 10 minutes where she was in the house?
Have you seen Smile 2?
I've seen both of them, yeah.
All right, Smile 2 is where the last 10 minutes is the guy who says he knows how to do the exorcism has her in the fucking restaurant or whatever, in the fucking, and he's going to do whatever it is to get the fucking demon out of her. And then she fights the little demon, attacks her, and then is like, everything's not real. None of this has been real. All right. And then she goes on the stage and fucking kills herself in front of everybody. I don't know what it is. Like, I think what happened is like, whoever wrote it, he's cooking. Like, flames are coming out of his pen. It's a great movie up until that last, like, 15 minutes. And then someone was like, we fucking need it now. And he was like, oh, fuck. And then that's how he finished it. Because it's a very well shot, suspenseful movie. The last 10 minutes fucks the whole fucking movie, just ruins the fuck out of it. And then it just makes it dog shit. I think if it did not do that, then people would not talk to me as much as they, do as that. Number 33, Watcher. I've not seen Watcher. Micah Monroe stars in the simple and effective thriller as a woman who finds herself feeling increasingly isolated in a foreign country and begins to suspect a neighborhood man of being a serial killer, turns feelings of loneliness and alienation into pure nightmare fuel, and looks great doing it. Not seen it. Number 34, Nope. You know which one I've not said yet? What's not on this list and Nope's at 34? Get Out.
Get Out, yeah. Yeah, Get Out definitely beat out Nope. But
Get Out makes you feel so small. Like, when you're watching it, it makes you feel fucking so small. It makes you feel hopeless, like in certain points. And the way he tied like the whole race thing into it too is, that's like an example of it being beautifully done and not doing it just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need good ratings on Rotten Tomato. Like, it just makes you feel, and it has that suspenseful, thrilling outlook. And then it also has the kind of wrapping everything up in a nice bow. A lot of the times when you think of like the greatest horror movies, a lot of things don't get wrapped up in a nice bow, like The Exorcist and Silence of the Lamb. Everything doesn't get wrapped up in a nice bow. This one's one of them that does get wrapped up in a nice bow. Originally he had it planned that actual police officers were going to pull up and kill him for killing the white people. But he didn't want to end it so dreary.
The most terrifying part, because like it wasn't like really that scary, but the one that really fucking got me, just that, just like fucking trucking, and I was like,
and it made it terrifying, like scary. Just a motherfucker just running up, and the camera angles that he used. I'm sorry about that. And the camera angles that he used. You can move
it forward if you want to sit forward, but just like,
and the camera angles that he used, magnificent. And I again, man, Nope is a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not like
top 100. No.
It's not on the high horse that everybody puts it on.
Well, Get Out should be on that list. And so far it's not.
Get Out and Us are better than Nope.
Wait, Us has been on the list already?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Get Out and Us is better than Nope. And Nope is right here.
You already looked through it?
Right, yeah. But when did Get Out come out versus Nope?
Nope. Or Us was 2017.
Get Out pre-pandemic.
Us was first, and
then Nope. So Nope is coming out during the time of A, we have horrible movies. B, nobody can go to the movie theaters. Nope is that everything's lightening up and it is a good movie. and it's kind of the good movie out of like kind of all the shit that we've had. I think that's why Nope kind of gets put on that pedestal, whereas like Get Out is legitimately, I put it in top 10.
Get Out was 2017, Us was 2019, and then Nope was 2022.
Yeah, so both of the ones that are definitely higher up than Nope. But like I said, I think the pandemic and coming out of that had a lot to do with Nope kind of being put on that fucking.
Yeah, it's by far not even in the same like stratosphere.
It's not number 35, Alien Romulus. That's a shit movie. That's just a bad movie. It's just not a good movie. Even to Alien fans, it's not a good movie.
Is that the one where they went to the other planet? Or no, that's Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus is.
I liked.
I'm in the camp of Prometheus being good. Yeah.
I liked it.
Some people would be like, Prometheus is
where
so
was
shit.
Romulus? Was that?
So Romulus is the one where they're on the planet. They have to work. Like there's not good oxygen on the planet. They all have jobs to do. So they steal a spacecraft because I think they're going to go loot a spaceship that's kind of in orbit. And they go up there, and there's an alien on it. And of course, it's doing like all the other alien movies is like, can we fuse alien with a dog? Can we fuse it with a person? Can we fuse it with a dragon? Like, let's just metamorphosize alien. Can we fuse it with a fucking, what are the big beings called that you see in Prometheus? I can't fucking remember. Can we fuse it with that guy? Can they have babies? It's just like, you know what's scary? A xenomorph.
Mm-hmm.
A xenomorph's scary. And Romulus also, where like, you know, Prometheus, Covenant, all this stuff is kind of like building onto the story of Alien. Romulus really doesn't build onto the story. It's just a dog shit
like
movie.
A side quest.
Yeah, it's just a dog shit movie. I went and watched that one in theaters, and everybody coming out of that was like, "That's a dog shit movie." Yeah, we all agree that's a dog shit movie. But I don't know what it was about this one, I think it's one of those Gen Z flicks where you put some Gen Z kids in there, and you're just like, "Oh well, we have to rate it good because society will hate us if we don't." I don't. That is a thing, though.
I'll have to watch that.
If the cast is Gen Z, dude, it gets a higher rating for an Alien Romulus. Is literal
they're
shit
on the internet more, probably putting their fingers on the scales.
Number 36, Smile 2. 100 best horror movies of all time. Throw a foreign film that I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? At least those I could be like, benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt, it's probably very good. But you can't because fuck me, is The Witch foreign? It's not. I don't think it is. It might be. Fuck, I can't remember. Is it in English or is it foreign? It's so good. I'm like, it's foreign. Yeah, it's definitely foreign.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Romulus.
Have you seen The Witch?
The Witch
with the fucking goat? It's the family, and in the beginning, the baby gets taken by the witch.
2015. No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Is it foreign? I don't think it's foreign.
I
think they speak in English.
1630 New England.
Yeah, so they're speaking English. But we're thinking about great fucking horror films. I wonder how many off the top of my dome can I name that would be in before Smile 2 and Alien Romulus. I don't understand what this is. Oh, great. Yeah, no, wait. There's a top 25 that's on 37 after The Descent.
The Descent. That one sounds familiar.
That's the one where they're spelunking.
Where at? Like,
there's like, okay, it starts off they're on a vacation together.
See, next time I should get the list too, so that I can.
I can send it to you right now. But they're in a car accident, and the father and the daughter die in the car accident, and she's like, you know, dealing with all that trauma and shit like that, and she goes spelunking with her friends in a cave, and the fucking creatures are there. They can't see or anything like that, but they can hear. They're pale white.
I thought you said this was a Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Is it not Rotten Tomatoes?
No, it's AFPL.
I thought this said Rotten Tomatoes.
AFPL Journal.
Oh, fuck. There was the Rotten Tomatoes one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes has His House, Under the Shadow, The Wailing. Wailing's good. Get Out at number 4. Okay, so wait, never mind. Oh, fuck me. All right. So we're on AFPL.
Oh, so you're scrolling up.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to do a preface after we get done recording this. They'll be like, hey, this is not, the Rotten Tomatoes is underneath it, but it's okay. This is still the worst list I've ever seen. All right. Where are we at?
Barbarian 38.
Barbarian's good. It's not 38. It's not 38. So now I can kind of give this a better Rotten Tomatoes. It still looks like it's ass. The Wailing's good, but it's not, I don't put it at 4 because, okay, so I'm going to give a quick rundown of Rotten Tomatoes. One list of 100 greatest horror movies.
Have you ever watched the VHS series?
Yeah, but it's not like the greatest horror movies of all time. It's good.
It would definitely be in my top 100 for sure.
VHS 1 is good. VHS 2 is good.
Those ones were like
VHS 2 is the one where it has the fucking like siren bitch that turns into a fucking flying thing and like carries off old dude. And then it has them when they're out there camping.
Those were actually like unsettling movie, like that legit.
Yeah, they're
like,
very
tension.
unsettling, make you feel very scared. So they got The Wailing. Get Out's number 5. The Babadook's number 5. Get Out was number 4. Let the Right One In. Obviously not the American version. That's the one where they have Host at number 7, and if you've not seen Host, you would laugh at it. Okay, Host is it was a 2020 film shot on webcam. Genuinely, one of the most suspenseful and scary movies of all time. The ending jump scare is a little bit corny. Literally one of the most suspenseful, scary movies of all time. Really, really fucking good. 8, The Loved Ones, The Bride of Frankenstein, Vampire, The Ring, Sinners at number 12 still, Jaws at 13, Psycho at 14, King Kong at 15. So that's just as ass, and I apologize. We'll get through this so people can, it's just as ass. Halloween 17, Rosemary's Baby. We haven't even brought that up on this list. And then they have Nosferatu, the 1922 version. So this one is, the one we're reading is the AFPL Journal. Because I looked up list of best horror movies. This was the one I was reading. The Rotten Tomatoes one is also ass. I do want to say that. It is also very, very bad. But we can kind of breathe on Rotten Tomatoes right now and say, hey, I apologize. I said you were ass, and we weren't really talking about you.
But we still are talking about you.
We still are talking about you. Like, it still sucks.
It's just, this isn't your list.
All right. So now I'm going to do a quick run through.
Yeah, let's just run through them, and then we'll talk about the big ones.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to stop on every single one of these.
Number 38, Barbarian. It's a very good movie. I might put it in the top 100. It is very, it could be because I just love Justin Long that much. And he doesn't get, and Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Long doesn't get a lot of, he was in Weapons for, I think, like 7 seconds. 39 is Veronica. Don't even know what that is. 40 is Prey, and that one is the Predator movie. Is it a decent movie? Yeah, you'll watch it and you'll be like, okay, that was pretty good. But that's also because the past like 3 Predator movies have been dog shit. 41, Poltergeist. That's a top 25.
Solid. Yeah,
that's a top 25 at 41.
If not at like top 10. Like it's up there. Like it is
every shit film. 42, Wreck. Top 10 horror movie. And especially in the found footage genre. That's the one where like they're quarantining in the building. I believe it's like Mexico or Spain or something like that. Spanish speaking country. Sorry.
Yeah, Spanish apartment.
But that one is a top 25 horror movie. Very, very good at what it does. The Witch at 43. Scream 44. Scream's a good movie. It's not top. I mean, fuck. But the reason why Scream is so good though, and this is what not a lot of people pick up on, is that it's actually kind of like a parody within itself of a slasher film, but it's still a slasher film. It's really, really good. Fuck, yeah. I'd have like 50 films in my top 25. Because Jamie Kennedy, like, he was in a lot of shit, but he did make, like, he is the reason why Scream is elevated kind of in that regard because of his kind of take on, like, what happens in a horror movie and shit.
Yeah. Well, it was, and that's the thing, is it's like an iconic. It's not just about how popular it was. It was about like what it's changed, and it poked fun at slasher movies without being a comedy. Like it was
with still retaining the slasher element. And it did really good on the suspense and everything, and the twist of it's phenomenal. It is really good. Number 45, A Quiet Place. Look, I love John Krasinski. Quiet Place is it's good. Like for monster movies, really, really good. I'd put it in top 100 just because of monster movie. If we're talking monster movies, it's definitely in top 25 of monster movies because nine times out of 10, they're shit. But yep, he gets 45, and then on 46, Midsommar. So he shout out John Krasinski though on this list being better than Midsommar. That is a wild one. 47, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I can't.
I know people love it, but I can't do musical.
Yeah, my mom loved it, and I could not. I don't know what it was. It's my mom did drugs and shit like that. 48, Audition. I think I'm pretty sure I've seen Audition. I think it's where like this guy is trying to find, like he hosts this thing to find a new wife, but the woman that wins it is actually fucking crazy and like starts torturing him and shit like that. I'm pretty sure that one's pretty good. Knock at the Cabin. I've not seen that. Number 50, we have Misery. Now we are talking about one of Stephen King's goats.
Yeah.
He had another one on the list. What was it?
Not yet.
Yes, he has.
Okay.
He did.
Didn't hear one.
Didn't he have one? Pretty sure he had one.
Misery was definitely a solid movie.
Misery's fucking amazing. I could have swore he had no.
But I mean, there's great, like, that's the thing is there's a lot of ones that aren't that good, but there are, like, I mean, Pet Sematary was such a fucking fantastic horror movie.
Oh God, yeah, because it starts off.
Honestly, I would say over Pet Sematary or over Misery, even in my opinion. Like,
and especially in the horror genre too. Misery is I would classify it as a horror movie, and it's just like it makes you feel like that. And Kathy Baker, man, just a
Bates.
God, yeah, Kathy Bates Baker.
Yeah,
who the fuck is Kathy Baker? There's a Kathy Baker out there, and she's doing something with her life because I know her name.
My top performances is Misery, Happy Gilmore, and then like I really enjoy her in those what's that fucking
American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just fucking killed
it. She was in The Office also.
Was she?
And she was very, very good. Number 51, Saw.
Yeah. I think it belongs
in top 100. I don't think at 50. I think it belongs towards like definitely in the 90s and stuff like that.
See, I'm more like closer to the 25 mark. Like,
did Saw come out before the first Hostel though? Like when did gore porn really start?
I think it was before that.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Saw really started the trend, the absolute dive into gore porn. So I know Saw 2 I saw in theaters because I was like nervous about it, and then it starts off with "Hello, Michael, time to play a game." And I'm like, what's happening? I remember that going to the theaters for that. Saw 1 is very good, and I just think it is also good based on you don't know what's going on. You don't know who Jigsaw is. The reveal at the end is very good. So yeah, no, I put it. I'd say if someone said 51, I'd be like, I'm not going to argue with you on your list. Brain Dead. This is a 1992 Peter Jackson film. Follows a lonely man living with his domineering mother who begins to turn into a zombie after she's bitten by a Sumatran rat monkey. So that is I was about to say it's the 80s coming into the 90s, and then we have an 80s Reanimator. So we have Reanimator at 53.
I haven't seen that one either.
That is I think it's a Lovecraft one, but fuck, which one is Avatar feels is made on Dare? This loose adaptation of Lovecraft's tale constantly finds ways. What's the fucking? I could tell, like, if you started like saying the movie, I would be able to tell you. Let the Right One In. That one's the vampire flick. Number 55, Death of a Unicorn. That's crazy. 2025 with Paul Rudd and Ortega.
Where are these? Are these available on Netflix or are these out? I think in theaters.
Death of a Unicorn had just come out, and where it could have been good, like it could have been like this kind of real comedy into horror. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. It's just not good. I thought it would be good.
And I think the problem with this is just somebody's list. This is just some random person made this fucking list.
I don't know what AFPL journal is, but it stands for something, and they put journal in it.
But they keep saying me and I in the words that they're explaining these.
Now, here's one that I have not seen that everybody really loves, because here's the thing is I struggle so hard getting into Nicolas Cage movies, because when I watch a Nicolas Cage movie, all I see is Nicolas Cage. Yeah. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So Longlegs, everybody says how good it is. And what's so funny is if you Google Longlegs right now, you will get Marilyn Manson, Nicolas Cage. So I see that picture and I'm always like, everybody keeps saying it's good, but every time I watch a Nicolas Cage movie, all I think about is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And that he's going to be Nicolas Cage in this movie. Because every movie that I've ever seen with Nicolas Cage, it's like Ryan Reynolds. He was Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage. I would say after like 2005, Nicolas Cage in every movie is Nicolas Cage. Starring Nicolas Cage, written by Nicolas Cage, played by Nicolas Cage. It's just Nicolas Cage. Ryan Reynolds in anything. There's the one where he got buried in the desert. That was just a not good movie. But sans that, like Ryan Reynolds he's Ryan Reynolds in everything now. Like The Rock. The Rock, if you see 58 Paranormal Activity. 58 Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, that should be way.
That's way higher. That really popularized a whole trend of just found footage movies that came out. It took a very small budget and created one of the best suspenseful, scary fucking movies of all time, which is also another movie where you don't see shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, when we were talking about Jaws and that stuff, like where it doesn't have to be like right in your face. Like, I think Paranormal Activity is one of the scariest movies I ever saw. And you never have to see. But
this reminds me, because all these movies where you don't see the monster, what are these all based off of? And it's not been on the list. The Blair Witch. Yeah. That just reminded me. I was like, the literally what this is.
Yeah,
like
it's a play off of
right. The play off of the Blair Witch has not been mentioned right now.
Which, I mean, I'm not a huge Blair Witch fan, but it was the start of, like, I mean, it was great, but it was kind of overdone with the like found footage craziness of what it was, but
that adds to the unsettlingness.
But see,
we don't do Blair Witch slander, and Blair Witch is one of the greatest movies of all time.
I would not like pop it in as a frequent watch.
When's the last time you watched it?
Probably like 20 years ago.
I'm telling you, watch it again as an adult, because I watched it with my daughter. This is one of those I watched when I was a kid, watched when I was a teen, watched when I was an adult. It almost hit me harder as an adult. And I knew what happened. Like, yeah. And, I'm like, oh, there's some things I forget. And just how they build up on it. It's like, it's very, very good. Number 59, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It's where they run that funeral home. The girl's dead. And then like the paranormal shit starts happening inside of the funeral home. It's a 2016 ghost movie that everybody was making in the 2010s. Same ghost movie, that nothing different. 60 Shin Godzilla. These aren't horror movies, man. Kaiju movies can never be horror movies. You know where the fucking thing is at all point. And that's the thing too, man. Like, -1 is back in the day. Like, you can understand how they couldn't really keep track of it. Now, you would know where the kaijus were at all times. They wouldn't surprise you. They don't really sneak up on you, too. They know exactly where the big thing is coming. It's over you can see it. There's nothing suspenseful about it. It's just cool, cool watching big monster destroy things. 61, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
That should be way higher.
I mean, there's no From Dusk Till Dawn, nothing on here. Yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street's left off. There's not been a Friday the 13th, and the things that really like got genres into motion and changed landscapes.
Like, I don't really like Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not one that I like go back to, but it is one of those things that it was an iconic moment in time. And so for the fact that all these other not dog shit, like, because that's the whole thing is none of these have to be like bad in order for the list to be completely fucked. Like, it's just paying homage to the ones that really set the stage for it. And then, because like, I mean, all these like 2025 movies, like, they should be on the list if they earn their keep. But like, how much money has been made after these movies of like Nightmare on Elm Street? Like, how much merchandise, how many movies have been sold, how much, and to compare that to something that came out 6 months ago. Like,
if we came up with a movie right now and it was like, all right, so there's this, thing, it's like a demon, and if you die in your sleep, you die in real life. What is everybody gonna say? Oh, like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, but no, but it's like a demon, like Freddy Krueger was. Yeah, he was a demon and killed people in their sleep. You could be like, I remember there was that horror movie where it was like, if you die in the game, you die for real. And they were like, oh, it's like video game Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a video game Freddy Krueger concept.
Which doesn't mean that you can't do those things. The story still has to be compelling, like outside of just the premise. But it's one of those things where this list is very fucking.
But I love bad lists though, because they just fill you with rage. Number 62 is Pulse. It says an evil travels the globe via our ubiquitous electronic devices, instilling haunting malice in those infected before making them fade away into blackness. Despite being light on action, this one manages to spread its visceral sense of dread directly into viewers, leaving them feeling possibly infected themselves when it ends. I wonder if this is what One Miss Called is based off of.
Yeah, this is a foreign film.
Yeah, it's a Japanese film, which, like I'm saying, it's probably pretty good. I've not seen it.
All right, let's just crush through some.
All right, so 63 is Us.
Nope.
I'll put. Well, I mean, have we seen Get Out? Yeah, Get Out's. I think
Get Out hasn't been in there.
That's wild.
It's been Nope and Us and
number 64, King Kong.
Nope.
It's just not a horror movie.
This is one I haven't seen that I would like to watch.
Love it. I absolutely love it. 65, if someone said Trick or Treat was their 65th, favorite horror movie, I'd be like, okay. I might put it a little bit higher than that. It is a very good, it's just very good. And when you think of Halloween and like things that could really capture the spirit of Halloween with Michael Myers, like it feels like Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Trick or Treat feels like Halloween horror movie. I fucking love it. And I think the only reason we didn't get like any sequels or shit to that, it like sucked. Like people just didn't go see it. What year was it? 2007. Such a fun horror anthology as to be practically required viewing each Halloween season. The loosely connected stories play with nearly every trope of Halloween. And this is another movie, man. You're like, man, I want my kid to see this. And it's just unnecessary. Fucking the dude starts watching porn and shit. Yeah. Like, just don't have that in a horror movie. But yeah, really, really good. 66. The Sixth Sense. That's 66.
Yeah. Way better than that.
Way better than that. Especially if you label it as a horror movie. It has and I do, because like anytime the kid with the back of his head blown off, the girl under the table vomiting and shit, like it's a scary movie.
Oh yeah.
And it's at 66. And shout out Smile 2 and Talk to Me for just ranking over it. 67, Cloverfield. That's one I can agree with.
Well, one thing that I can say probably isn't going to show up on this list, but like The Sixth Sense gives me very similar vibes to, is Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon.
All right, so Stir of Echoes that's not White Noise. I'm thinking of White Noise.
It's where like basically this like spirit is haunting. It's this girl, and like you see like, and it's just this big complicated thing of trying to figure out like what happened to this girl and where is she. And they end up, I think Kevin Bacon is actually the murderer.
Oh, this is like, Kevin Bacon. I'm thinking of Kevin Spacey.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I know it's in 1990, ain't it? Or it's in the 1990s.
Yeah. I think it was late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere there. Stir of Echoes, 99.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
But that makes me think of a very.
So I was thinking of the Kevin. Now there's a Kevin Spacey horror movie that I'm fucking thinking about. That's not Seven, but he's also in. But it's also like a fucking thriller. But yeah, Stir of Echoes is kind of one of those I put into the. And Kevin Bacon just did another one. He was in the original Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon. I guess the 2020. It says he came out with You Should Have Left. I haven't seen that one either.
Number 68 is Smile. The first Smile is good all the way through.
Yeah.
And then right after that is The Ring.
Way higher.
The Smile beats The Ring in what way, shape, or form? Because not the American nor the Japanese version should Smile be ranked above either one of those.
Well, and how it's Godzilla has 2 movies before you even get to The Ring.
Maybe they just watched it. You're Next. I enjoyed that one. That one's a good one. That one's 2011. That one is she goes over to she meets her in-laws. I'm pretty sure that's the one. I think that's the one. And the people start dying, and I think it's the family trying to kill her. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking about. And she actually turns out to be like kind of like a badass. She dies tomorrow. I don't even know what that is. Can ideas spread like a virus? When Amy's matter-of-fact instance that she knows she is living her last day on Earth begins to spread through her friend group, darkly comic chaos and I kind of want to watch that now because I like the premise of that. So, she dies tomorrow. I need to write that down. Stop motion. Never seen stop motion.
Nope.
73, The Mist. The Mist is good.
That's fucking great. I would put that in the top 100.
Yeah. 73 is good.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like endings that made you feel something, number one, the ending, like if you, that's a movie you want to feel something when you walk away. That's not like, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. The Mist makes you do that, and not in a good way. All right. We got Crimson Peak. I guess you could put in the top 74. I've seen it once. Guillermo del Toro. He hits a lot and doesn't have that many misses. He just had a series though. I watched it and I was just like, that was not, it was the series on Netflix. 75 Gremlins.
That's an iconic.
Fuck yeah. And
staple.
if we say that's horror, I mean, I guess I can see where it's horror. I don't think any grown adult would watch that and be like, no. But yeah, if you label it as horror, that goes in top 50. It's a great movie.
But yeah, like in this, where's like fucking like Chucky? Like, why is he not in there? Because that is a twisted fucking movie.
Child's Play, man, is just I like when I was a kid, watch it as an adult though. I think that does kind of warp because I watched a bunch of the Child's Play and it's just like,
yeah,
like the first one is good and it's kind of very contained, and then I guess with all the other Chuckies, it kind of loses its luster and stuff.
Well, yeah, they try to play like, that's why I don't really get down with a lot of the franchises. Like Child's Play, the first one, yeah. And then once you start going on and on,
it's like, it's a kid and there's a fucking toy that's going to kill him and his mom doesn't believe and all this crazy shit.
But yeah, where are those?
And it's very contained.
Where are those movies like the...
those are icons though. That is the iconic. It's just not there. But 76, we got Climax. It's about drugs. Foreign film about drugs.
But like, where's like Annabelle and like some of those movies? Like,
The Conjuring is the first Conjuring, very good horror movie that I would have in the top 50. Haven't even seen it yet. 77's Green Room. It's about Nazi skinheads. 78 is Opera. Now a lot of these I'm not even
no, they're getting out of. Jurassic Park is a horror movie.
That's effectively a haunted house movie with a remote island.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. Look at number 80. Oh my god.
It only took 80 or 79 other movies
to get to one of the greatest horror movies of all time in The Shining. It took 80 fucking movies. 80 movies for The Shining. 81 VHS 2. I think that's the one I was talking about.
Those ones are so fucking crazy.
That's the one where they like take the girl back to the fucking apartment. They're going to have sex with her. She turns out to be a monster. And then it's like in the woods and shit like that. That one is very good. And it's also very good because there's this feeling of you're the guy in the room watching the movie alone with a dead body body in the house. And it's really good. 82, Dawn of the Dead. Out of all the Deads, Dawn of the Dead, like Day of the Dead, it's the remake of Dawn of the Dead, right? The 2000 version. They're all like real good. The 82 version, once again, once you see it after you've seen every other horror movie and a horror movie that's not on this list, Night of the Living Dead, which is not on here either, which is you can watch Night of the Living Dead and you'd be like, fuck, it's in black and white. And you're like, fuck, this is a scary movie. And then, I mean, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, All of the Dead, whatever, they're all just kind of flowing in together. Dawn of the Dead, I'm pretty sure, is the one where they're in, no, that's not the one there. I think that is the one they're in the military compound. And they have the one zombie who's like kind of back to human. 83, The Invisible Man 2020 version. I thought it was a good movie.
Cheating and going ahead.
I don't know if I think that it's yeah, you said get through them. 84 is Terrified, which definitely looks like a foreign film. I've not seen that one. 85 is Night of the Living Dead. There it is. Nice. Shout out Day of the Dead. For some reason it beats it. Which if you watch it now, you're like, those are zombies going after people. Watch out for those things. This is very scary. 86, The Omen. Took 86 to get to here.
Yeah. That one, like, that's the thing that's frustrating about this is
There's
how
no
many
Rosemary Baby so far.
how many random ass fucking movies have been down in like the fucking 20s and 30s and 10s even, and yet now you're getting to, you know, a movie like The Omen, which is
87 is The Others. Ass, it's butt cheeks, man. Like, yeah, it has a good twist to it. I think it's just ass doo-doo balls. 88, the Evil Dead. Yep, 88, 88th greatest horror movie of all time. Evil Dead should be there. Sam Raimi, fucking great with horror movies. Great, honestly, great with any fucking thing that he does. And if you were like, yeah, like, you know, Evil Dead 2, Army of the Dead, whatever. If that was at 88, I'd be like, okay. Evil Dead being as far back as 88. Tremors 89. Now, here's the thing too. Tremors is one of those movies, just like it started the Sci-Fi Channel before there was the Sci-Fi Channel. But it's actually pretty good.
great movie, not top 100 horror movies.
It's very sci-fi based, and you can call it a horror movie, but Tremors is a, like, you would see that on the Sci-Fi Channel as like a special Tremors. In the top 100 horror movies, it's crazy.
But like out of the Kevin Bacon movies, I would pick Stir of Echoes over Tremors to be on this list.
I'm shooting ahead at 92 because we're at like 92 is Get Out. Finally.
Yeah, that's wild.
93, It Follows. 93 for It Follows feels very good. It's just a
Skinamarink? What the fuck is Skinamarink?
actually very good, and you need to watch that. And it feels, it's so two kids wake up and their dad's supposed to be home, but he ain't home, and there's no windows on the doors. It fucking, the way who's the director, Kyle Ball, however he shot that, man, it makes you want to like throw up at all times. I was just like, oh, I don't feel good. Another movie that doesn't make you feel good, we haven't seen, Sinister. That's not on the list. That's crazy. And people will be like, man, you lose it. No, Sinister, especially if you watched it in a movie theater, you would understand how it envelops you in kind of like terror and stuff like that, which is what I see as a true horror movie. 95, It. I mean, sure, I could put It at 95. It's not like a...
But it's crazy that it's the new one, and I'm not saying that the old one was better than the new one.
The TV series sucked.
No, it was a great way, like at the time. Once again, it's the time and place. I like the newer version better. Yeah,
they just leave so much shit out.
It's one of those things where like it was very unsettling as what it was. I mean, it was basically a mini series.
La Llorona, once again, horror movie in the sea of horror movies. Not even that scary. Final Destination 2, number 97. Not even the first one. The second one did. Everybody's afraid of log trucks now.
Oh yeah.
I think I would put the second one over the first one.
I can't really remember exactly which ones were where.
They get real shit. The first one's airplane crash. Second one, log. Third one's, is it the roller coaster? I don't think the roller coaster is the third one. Roller coaster might be the third one. Final Destination 3. And then there's the bridge, and there's just 98 Strangers.
Yeah, I'm cool with that one being.
I want that. Strangers is actually scary though.
Yeah.
And it's just people, and you know it's people, and you know there's nothing supernatural.
Well, see, I think that's the problem with this list though, is I'm cool with a lot of these on here. I'm cool with probably 50 of the movies on here being on the top 100. Where they go is, debatable, and you can,
that's you could put them wherever you want to.
But 50 of these are just trash.
But being on the list is one thing, but then once you're like at 20 and you're putting fucking just dumb shit, 99's Friday the 13th, I'm cool with it being on the top 100. I don't know where you would put it. Me, I like slasher movies. I'm not a huge, it's kind of like once you've seen it, you've seen it. What does your particular slasher do?
Yeah.
Fuck. So fucking Friday the 13th came out after Halloween. Jesus. Yeah, it came out 6 years after Halloween. Fuck. I had that mixed up.
Yeah,
I had that mixed up.
I think that one was playing off of.
What the fuck inspired Halloween, though? There was a slasher movie that inspired Halloween, and I can't fucking remember it. And it might have just been. And then number one's American Werewolf in London.
100. Yeah. Number 100. But I think this is just some random person's. Yeah. It's some random person's list. This isn't based off of anything other than they just wrote a list.
Yeah, we changed it, though. Look, we said Rotten Tomatoes through a lot. I want to run down Rotten Tomatoes real quick. His House, I mean, probably Probably good. Under the Shadows is just like, if it's a foreign film, they're ranking it above anything American. Number 4, Get Out. Get Out is, I think, top 10. I don't think it's top 5.
No, not top 5.
The Babadook. The Babadook's like, all right, what if we gave you a subpar scary movie with kind of like a subpar thought about the psyche that has been done before, but you know, you kind of do it in a way where it's like mental illness. Wow, Babadook's so great. I mean, it's a good movie and you can watch it. Let the right one in. 7, Host. Look, I respect that. I respect that. And if you've not seen it, go watch Host. The Loved Ones, The Bride of Frankenstein, Vampire, The Ring, Sinners, once again, over Jaws. Over Jaws, Psycho. Then we have King Kong, which, I mean, I guess Tigers Are Not Afraid. Then we have Halloween, Rosemary's Baby, Nosferatu, Eyes Without a Face, Harpoon, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's one that wasn't even on the first one, but I can't really fuck with it. A Quiet Place at 23, The Vanishing. So the list is just this shit, except for they threw way more. Like theirs is filled with a lot of old ones, because they'll be like, you know, it's old. It's fucking. It Follows, being 31 is crazy. It Follows is over Silence of the Lamb and Train to Busan. So yeah, theirs is not that good either. But theirs does go into like, it's like Freaks 1932 is on this list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another thing Rotten Tomatoes does, is like, hey, does it line up with what I believe in politically? Oh, then great. Is it a very old movie, and will I look nice by saying, hey, Freaks 1936? Don't I look so knowledgeable of this genre?
Yeah, like, I mean, Carrie wasn't on there. And that is one of the most like iconic old school.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton.
Which I think that's the problem, though, is like technically the list that you found was just some random fucking person writing a list of 100. So we should make a fucked up list and make a blog on Mike and Dylan and be like, yeah,
no,
we're just looking
next episode we should do our list.
Yeah.
We'll do a list of our top 10 favorites. How about that? Not top 10 best.
And not in order of what they are or anything. Because like that's my daughter asked me the other day, she's like, who's your favorite like female artist? And I was like, I don't have one. Like I like a couple, like I probably have like 15 women bands and stuff like that I really, really actually enjoy. Because I'm not big into pop music, so that's typically the genre that has tons of women in it. And so with like, you know, between metal and bluegrass and all this other stuff, like there's maybe like 10, 15 women that I listen to on a cycle. And she's like, which one's your favorite? And I was like, I don't pick a favorite. Like this one's my favorite today. Yeah, that's what I'm in the mood to listen to. This one's a favorite tomorrow. And it's the same thing with like male artists, is I don't have a favorite band. I don't have like at all. And it'd be like, you know, like pick your favorite artist, and somebody say like Eminem. Well, yeah, for rap, maybe you really like Eminem and you think he's the best, but then like what about metal music?
It's like, how am I feeling that day? That's who my favorite artist
and
is.
That's the same thing with me for movies, is like, I mean, I'll go on a binge where I'll watch all Quentin Tarantino movies, and then I'll go on another binge where I'll watch horror movies, and I'll go to comedies, and I'll go, and like it's what I'm in the mood to watch, not so much.
But
like,
this wasn't a favorite. This said
favorite.
top 100 films of all time.
Yeah,
top one. That's where you
by
can...
what criteria though? Like,
there's no criteria. I think this is just the 100 movies that this person has seen.
Yeah,
and they were like, I'm just going to throw this in a list.
Yeah, and totally fuck up the order of it.
Well, listen, sorry, Rotten Tomatoes, for shitting on you that bad. It wasn't your list. Your list still sucks. But it's hard to argue with their list too, because they use a lot of 1930s, 1940 films.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's really something that is still prevalent, like, I mean, you could totally pull The Shining up and watch it today. Your kids will be like, this is a fucking old movie. It'd be like them pulling up a silent film when we were kids, be like, watch this thing. And it's like, this is dog shit.
Right.
But, you know, for us that have come through, you know, watching black and white old school movies to what we have now, you can still see the being in the industry where we are actually like trying to make things. You can see the merits of it, whether, you know, it's to today's standards a great movie or not. It's more so the storytelling, how did it execute.
We've not even told the people that we moved on to the next in the 48 hour. We did not. We're moved on to the best of, which means we were nominated in a category. So I didn't think we would be. I was like, you know, look, man, that was a good, at least we got our first one out there.
See, we should do a found footage of you trying to go to the premiere down in Charlotte with the big buildings and the sky and all that stuff. So you're just
Oh my
first
God.
person.
What if we got horror and then we shot for the first 48? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a found footage of us trying to put it together. So we meet with some guys because they say they could act for us and they end up like being like terrible people. That would be fucking dope. That would have been funny. But all right, guys, listen. That is us shitting on probably some movies that you love, so you're probably going to be mad about that. Include some horror movies that we forgot or there's just so many. There are so many like really good ones.
Are we going to do this with Christmas too?
Christmas movies? I mean, I guess, yeah.
There is fucking so many.
Die Hard dominates that list, doesn't it?
For anybody that wants to be like contrarian.
What do you mean?
It's not a fucking Christmas
It's
movie.
a Christmas movie. It's on Christmas.
Yeah. That
It's
doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does. It's very.
So if Saw happened on Christmas, does that now become a Christmas movie?
It's a guy trying to save some people on Christmas. Got the cops out there. It does have a very Christmas vibe. I thought it was a Christmas movie as a kid. I see what people are saying. But if you say, hey, it's not a Christmas movie, it's an action movie, sure, I get that too. But just think of the shot too.
I just think it's funny
you got
that
like Carl Winslow standing out there and everybody's like talking them through everything and it's on Christmas and it feels very, very much like Christmas.
Have you seen the weird like connection of Carl Winslow and like supposedly from like
Yeah. And then how because what was the other one that he was in? And then it finally leads on to him being in Die Hard and yeah. I saw that one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those cool takes of they take like multiple movies that the same actor's in and then like show where it goes.
Weave them through it.
You know, you can throw them away at the top. Oh, you don't have
I
fingernails.
don't have fingernails. If I had fingernails, maybe I could do it, okay?
And
honestly, you saying use your fingernails, very ableist.
Just get stick-on.
Because you're ableist to do it and I'm not, so...
Just get stick-on nails put on there.
Oh, yeah, just big ones too.
Imagine trying to chew plastic.
That might be a good idea so I can grow my nails out. But all right, guys, this has been an episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. If you enjoyed it or you have a terrible list that you want us to read or go over, you can send that to mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, you can always go over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Mike and Dylan. And you could join the squadron over there. Everything helps out. Helps us, get this podcast out. Helps me and Dylan make the things that you love. And we love you so much. Thank you for viewing this because this is a long ass episode and we will see you next time, guys.
Later.